Hello everybody and welcome back to the Watford Ladies fan channel. Aiden here, aka Mr. Vlog. Now this video is inspired by Mr. David Quick. He recently done a players ratings for since41.com. I'll put the link to that in the description so you can go check it out. So thank you David Quick for inspiring me to do this video. Now he done his player ratings from A to C. I'm going to be doing mine out of 10 to make it a bit different so it doesn't look like I'm copying him. I have written down a few notes, so if you see me glance down, I'm looking down at my notes. Now I'll jump straight into it. First up, we have Nina Wilson. Nina was brought in because we needed a new keeper. Our keeper from last season had a contract in the USA to go over there. Fair play to her. She done what was necessary to her. But Nina was brought in. She's a former Brighton goalkeeper, and she's had a very, very good season with us. Kept 5 clean sheets in all competition, and whenever she was needed in the game, she stepped up. She was comfortable with the ball at her feet. She done what was necessary. She knew where to play the ball and who to play it to. I'm giving her a 7 out of 10 only for the fact that our back line was so solid. It was so tough to break us down. But when teams did, Nina stepped in. She done her role. That was it. So fair play to you, Nina. Done a brilliant job. Not knocking you anything whatsoever. Now, next player is Raya Weiss. Sorry if I got your last name wrong, Raya. If I did, yay. Raya is a left wing back, another new addition to the team this season. Whenever she had the ball at her feet, she was so good, looked so comfortable, looking to pass the ball wherever was necessary. And whenever she didn't have the ball, she worked even harder, ran up and down the left wing, ran up there to get the crosses in, ran back when necessary. Also got herself a few assists this season, and she also got on the score sheet. Raya would have been in talks for player of the season for me, but of course the season got cancelled, so unfortunately it didn't happen. She gets a 7 out of 10 for me. Could have got on the score sheet a bit more, had more opportunities to do it. Unfortunately didn't take them, but still it is a very good 7 out of 10. Next player up is Kat Huggins, and Kat is another left back in the team. So in 2018-19 season, she was the club's most improved player. At the start of the season, she wasn't getting much game time, but when she did, she was proving herself, and she was forcing herself back into the team with every game she played. And she was showing great battle on and off the pitch. She wanted to prove herself on the pitch, and when she was in training, proving herself there. For me, she gets a 7 out of 10 as well. Of course, would have loved to see her more this season, just unfortunately we didn't. Now, next up is Emily Hill. Emily has been strong at the back, in front of Nina. She stepped up as captain whenever Helen Ward was absent. And she also claimed herself 3 goals this season. 8 out of 10 for me. She does all the talking on the pitch, really. When necessary, she battles with the attackers. And when she's off the ball, she's working with the team to get the play going. Now, next up is Annie Meewald. So, again, sorry if I got your last name wrong, Annie. At the start of the season, she was looking fantastic. She was looking like she could go on to be player of the season. But unfortunately, she was hit with an injury which took her out for most of the season. And when she came back, she fell right back into the team. It was like she never left. And of course, the season got suspended. 7 out of 10 would have 100% have been more if she hadn't got injured and if the season didn't get cancelled. Now, next up is Ocean Rowlandson. Sorry, Rowlandson. Sorry, Ocean, don't kill me. Ocean is a right wing back, and the second she came into the squad, she looked like she belonged. She looked like she's been here for years. And she came into the team and just settled in straight away. She absolutely flies down the right wing, and she gets back when necessary. I think her most proudest moment of the season would be getting on the score sheet at Plymouth. She got that goal at an absolute important time in the game, and yeah, fair play to Ocean. But let's not forget her wonderful mum. She has to get a mention. Helen, as now on, you heard it here first, she's going to be known to me as Mrs. Bakes. Her cakes have been fantastic this season, and she done it out the kindness of her heart. She didn't have to do it, she wanted to do it, but perfection. And absolutely wonderful person. So got to combine them both. Absolute 10 out of 10. Move on to the next person, Leanne Bell. Leanne's another person who got struck with a bad injury that cost a chunk of the season, but she was absolutely outstanding whenever she was playing. And whenever the ball came to her, she knew whether to pick up the pace or if the other team was on the attack, slow the game down and put the game back in our favour. 8 out of 10 for me, and she just had a solid season. Next up is Alicia Down, and Alicia likes to control the game. She's a player who wants to be on the ball, get through to the attackers when necessary, or look out for that extra pass on the wing. 8 out of 10 for me. Next player on the list, Anasia Harney. Definitely one for the future. She played more for the under-23s this season, but whenever she was in the first team, she would always battle for the ball and get on the end of crosses. I'm giving her a 6 out of 10 for me, only for the fact that she features for the under-23s more, and this is a player ratings for the first team. But if she was in the first team, I'm sure I would have given her a 7, 8 out of 10. Next up is Helen Ward, the famous Welsh woman herself. Now, if you don't know, Troy Deeney is known to some Watford fans, or most Watford fans, as Mr. Watford. Helen Ward, to us, is known as Miss Watford. And there's nobody on the pitch more leading or more passionate than Helen is on the pitch. Once again, she has had a fantastic season, scoring so many goals and getting a few assists as well. And whenever the team needs a lift up, she was there. Whenever the team needed someone to get them back into the game, she was there. And there's not really much else I can say about that. Whenever we needed her, she stepped up. Massive 10 out of 10 for me. Now, next on the list is Adi Dada. Now, if you think I'm going to try and pronounce her full name, sorry, Adi. I ain't even going to try and attempt it. I'll just embarrass myself. We all have that one legend in the club that bleeds the club through and through. Now, to the men's, it was Lloyd Doyley for me. And for the ladies, it's Adi. She's still the same person as when she first joined the club. If anything, she's better. And once again, she has proved herself this season. So fast with the ball, if you blink, she's gone. And she's just been fantastic this season. Players against her do not have the chance to react, and she had 7 assists this season and 5 goals. 9 out of 10 for me. Afia Johnson is next on the list. Our young player of the season. She had plenty of games for the under-23s, but when she came to the first team, She was looking like she deserves to be in the first team even more. Definitely one for the future. I gave her an 8 out of 10. Once again, for the fact this is a first team. I'm sure if she played more for the first team this season, she would have got a 9, 10 out of 10. Next is Emma Beckett, my player of the season. But also, as she's known, Miss Halfway Line. 100% a leader at the back. She commands our defence left, right, and especially centre. And teams find it so hard to break down. And when they do break us down, Emma is there to pick up where is needed. And she wasn't afraid to shoot from anywhere this season. One of the best goals of the season is her free kick against Plymouth with a questionable celebration. It's got to say, if you watch the celebrations, you'll understand why. But of course, goal of the season, halfway line from the centre spot. Not afraid to shoot from anywhere. 10 out of 10 for me. Next on the list is Katie O'Leary. Now, Leggy was a strike partner or a strike person on her own up front. She's a perfect person to put a cross into, but this season she looked way more comfortable with the ball at her feet. So fair play to her. She's not afraid to know exactly where the goal is and how to get the goals. 8 out of 10 for me. She had more chances to score this season, but of course outshone by Wardy. Now, next on the list is the player of the season for the fans. Andrea Carrid, the Spanish Bulldog herself, has had a fantastic season. At the start of the season, she looked like she was growing. By the time the season ended, so to say, she looked fantastic. I said it, and I keep saying it, her English was getting better, she was getting better. And players were just too scared to go near her. She would run through players like it was nothing. Definitely 10 out of 10. And she may be small, but she is vicious. Next on the list is Hattie Kettle. And Hattie is definitely one of those people for the future. Improving with every single game she plays. She's one of the most hardest working people on the pitch. And every single time she gets a chance to play, she goes out there and proves why she should be in the first team. 9 out of 10. She is really reliable, especially in goal. Next on the list is Megan Chandler. Meg is a great addition to the team. Again, great with the ball at her feet. Great tackler when needed. 7 out of 10. I think we could have seen a bit more of her this season. But, of course, the season got cancelled, so we didn't really get the chance to see the full potential that she had. Next on the list is Danielle Scallon. Dan was on the bench most of this season, but whenever she came on, done her job, and her passing was one of the best passings in the team for me. Been a great player, got a couple goals too. 7 out of 10 for me. I think if she started a bit more, then she would have got more. Jenny Miko, I'm so sorry, I know I've probably got that wrong, but Jen has had a few problems this season with injuries. However, whenever she has been playing, she's been a solid player. I'm sure she can't wait for the season to get back up and playing, but she would have been one of the talks of the season for one of the players of the season. But of course, the injury problems. For me, 7 out of 10. If it wasn't for those injury problems, could have been 9, possibly 10. Next on the list, Ellie Richards. Ellie's been a solid performer when she's been on the pitch this season. It was clear and obvious that she was being cautious because she had a serious knee injury last season, but she was solid at the back. 8 out of 10 for me. Next is second choice keeper Chrissy Wiggins. Chrissy is a great spirit player. She's pushing Nina to be the best that she can be because it's very obvious that Chrissy wants that #1 spot. It's kind of like a Foster Gomez situation. They both want to push each other to be the best, but they still have a fantastic relationship. 7 out of 10, just like Nina. When it was necessary, she done her job, but the backline was so solid that she was hardly needed. That's all for players. Now, I have to give a special shout out to the manager, Clint. Clint's the sort of manager who knows exactly what he wants out of the team, and he knows how to get it as well. There's been a few times this season where we haven't looked so convincingly going in at half time, but come second half, absolutely fantastic. It's like a different Watford, and we're all like a family now, and it's especially thanks to him as well as the managerial staff, the people behind him, the people supporting him as well. And yeah, massive solid 10 out of 10 for me. There's not really much else I can really say. Oh, he also picked up a manager of the month, so well done to him. Of course, we're all entitled to our opinion. That's why I create this channel. If you agree with me, fair enough. If you don't agree with me, put why in the comments down below. Now, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this video. And I hope you're all staying safe during this time of crisis. Thank you very much, people.